airline freaks, fans, and friends, guess who it is? Yours truly, the Pope of Plastic, from Harry's Hobbies, vintage unboxings from Harry's. I don't want to hear it. I wasn't here the past couple weeks. Yes, I know, because we had the giant model show, which was spectacular. Unbelievable. I think they estimated it at 140,000 people came through in a single day.
It was huge.
It was incredible. Goodyear blimp was there. They had a problem though. They had to cut their coverage of it short. So if you didn't see the Goodyear blimp there, was because they had a gas leak in the Goodyear blimp. So that's the reason wasn't there. But I tell you, everybody. I mean, Taylor Swift's dry cleaner stole the show. He brought in one of her blouses with extra starch. It was incredible. It was fantastic. It was one of the greatest model events I've ever been to in my entire life.
I particularly like the charcuterie board.
Yes.
That Rosie O'Donnell's chef made.
Oh, it was fantastic, and it was in the shape of Harry's head, which was, oh my God, it was insane. The olive eyes were
beautiful.
Just.
They didn't. Wasn't that good?
It was really good, really good. Listen, and then last week I wasn't here because I had UPS delivering, and UPS. Let me tell you something. UPS sucks. They are the worst. Amazon, you can go and track exactly when something's coming to you. You know exactly within minutes. You know, oh, here it is, 5 stops away. UPS, it was like waiting on, the stagecoach from, back in the early 1800s, waiting for the stagecoach to come through to bring your deliveries. You never knew when it was going to come, and they said it was going to be at my house by 10:30, and it finally came at 7 p.m. So I did not get to come to Harry's because I needed to wait for this package. And
I thought you weren't here. You were involved in that dispute with Musk and Trump.
Well, I did have to moderate a little bit, but I'm spread thin. I'm spread thin, Steve.
As long as you bring both of them back together.
That's the most important thing.
They both do a lot of good.
Couple announcements. First off, it was very exciting that Revell Germany posted about me the other day, and I was blown away. I was going through my LinkedIn, and I see this giant picture of my face. I'm like, what the hell is this? I didn't post anything. And I saw it was Revell Germany posted. I had written an article for LinkedIn, and I talked about how model building has changed my life and how model building can change your life and the wonderful things about model building. And Revell somehow picked it up and they reposted it. And let me tell you, I had comments from people all around the world, and it was wonderful. My appreciation for Revell has gone up this high now, and still waiting on Tamiya to do something for the Pope of Plastic. That's never going to happen. But I will tell you this, the second announcement, ladies and gentlemen, the Pope of Plastic, myself, I am going to be going to the IPMS Nationals down in Virginia. I was invited to go by my good friends at Zuke Mura out of Japan. I'm not going to enter any contest. I don't enter contests, but I am going to go down there and visit with the folks from Zuke Mura. I may even bring a couple models with me, Zuke Muras. I'm actually working on a beautiful pre-release of the Zuke Mura F4 Phantom Wild Weasel in 1/48 scale. And they also sent me, I'm not even allowed to talk about it because I'm the first person in the world to receive one, their newest 1/32 scale Super Wing series aircraft that they sent me, and I'm going to be building for them. And what an honor it is that they would send that to me pre-release. And let me tell you, all I will say is unbelievable, unbelievable. And we will unbox it here when I'm allowed to, Steve. We will come and we'll do a special unboxing of the newest Zuke Mura Super Wing series release.
I have yet to see any of their kits.
Well, didn't I bring? You've seen my built one, that
Your
BF
built one.
109,
Yep.
yeah,
I haven't seen one
in the box.
fresh out of the box,
Well, I'll
untouched.
bring. We'll do a special video, and I'll bring that in. And currently, like I said, I'm if you tune in to TikTok, you can watch me building the 148 scale F4 Phantom. And let me tell you, I've never built a 148 scale model by them, and it is equally as good as the 132nd scale. The fit is spectacular. The detail is incredible. And please tune into that. And I'll also post some updates here on YouTube. But it's been busy. Pope's been busy and building a lot of models. I just finished the 112 scale 1972 Lotus F1 car driven by Emerson Fittipaldi. And tell you, that was a difficult build. I built a lot of these, Steve, a lot of these vintage F1 cars. And this was one that sent me many times. It sent me through the roof. The assembly of the front suspension and everything. I'm not kidding you. It took me 4 days to do because you need a multiple sets of hands in order to do this, and I don't have multiple sets of hands. So I had to figure out ways to hold things while I put things in. And let me tell you, if you're going to do your first vintage Tamiya F1 car, make sure it is not the Lotus, the 1972 Lotus, because you won't do another one probably. But anyway, it came out beautiful. Very happy with it. Came out just a gorgeous. Those are gorgeous kits, but I'm telling you, they're not modern kits. Even though they may be in a modern box and they throw some crappy photo etched in there, I'm telling you, they're not modern kits. So don't be fooled by the fancy packaging and a one little sheet of photo etched, because they are not modern kits. They're still done from the old molds, and
They are 50-year-old kits.
50-year-old kits, but they come out spectacular. Okay, enough of the nonsense. That's my announcements. We may sound a little bit different today because guess what? The Pope invested in lavalier mics. That's right. Look at this. This is like we've stepped it up. We're like
beautiful.
Beautiful. I mean, the technology is incredible. So you might be able to hear me a little bit better, and you'd be able to hear. You could always hear Steve good because he's closest to the camera.
That's right.
But I'm a little farther away, so sometimes it's hard to hear me. So I figured the lav mic, testing, is working a little bit better than.
It picks up my hoarse voice, my asthma.
Well, I mean, some would
voice.
call that sultry.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Okay, let's get to some models. We got a few of them today, and because I'm going to make up for lost time, we're going to do a few different models. And the first one I want to show you is very special to me because this was the second model I ever did in my entire life. The first one, if you remember, if you go back in my videos, I opened up and unboxed my very first model, which was the submarine. And that was terrible, awful, awful. Well, the second one, I had a better result. And I remember I was 7 years old, and a kid in my class, and what was his name? Stephen Cooper. This is how good of a memory I have. Stephen Cooper in my elementary school class bought me this model, and I was so excited because number one, I love this aircraft. Number two, it was the first model I actually kind of got all together. And look, I didn't paint it or anything, but I was able to get it together, and then I was able to, most importantly, play with it. And when you're a young kid getting into model building, that's probably the most important thing, is being able to build and then play with the model, you know? And then you start painting and it gets a little more realistic. But anyway, the Douglas X3 Stiletto. This thing, I have not seen this model. I have not had this model in my hand since I built it when I was 7 years old. So this is kind of exciting. We're going to open this. We're going to open this up, Steve. Look at the beautiful box art. This is exactly how I remember it when I was 7 years old. I'm going to say this is from. It has to be because when I was 7, I would have been. It would have been 1970. I don't know, 1976. And so I haven't seen this since 1976. This was produced, what year do you want to say, Steve?
73.
You would be wrong. You would be wrong. It is 1969.
Ooh.
Look at that. And
Holy
I
moly.
also remember this one too. I built the Saab. Actually, my brother built the Saab. I'm pretty sure my brother built the Saab, and I always loved this model too. The other ones I never built, but this is what we call cross sell. Get you excited for the next model to purchase. Okay, so let's open this up. Now, I always tell you guys that Katie, Steve, Harry, and the crew, when it's a vintage model and it's been opened, they will meticulously, they spend months and months researching, making sure every piece is in the box,
Oh.
and it takes months to do.
Do I ever?
And then they have these special Ziploc bags that they get from the Smithsonian, isn't it?
Yes,
These come
definitely.
from the Smithsonian Archives.
Hermetically sealed.
Hermetically sealed,
It's
and
argon gas in there right now.
Argon gas, and I'm going to release the argon. Well, we're in a special filtered room here. It's like a clean room at the Center for Disease Control, right, Steve?
It is.
And so I'm permitted, because I've walked through several layers of being washed over by different gases and everything else to make sure that I'm in pristine, there's no contaminations once I've cracked the seal. But let's open this up, Steve. Let's look at this. The molding, I tell you, it's so fun to walk back in time and look at the models that I built as a kid. We got a little flash, but not bad. Not on the parts really. Now I can see why I was successful at this model. It's not very detailed. I mean, it wasn't a very detailed airplane. I mean, it didn't have a lot to it. Engines were enclosed. Oh, here's the big long nose. Look at that. It even had but the molding is very simple. It's all raised panel lines. Here you got, that wouldn't be Chuck Yeager. You know who I think this is?
Oh, Chuck Berry.
No. You don't recognize this? You don't recognize this person? That is Karen Carpenter.
Ah,
look at that. You can't tell by the arms.
Oh yeah,
that's Karen Carpenter. Just before she passed, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's lots. I don't know what these are. Just little tabs from the. But the detail it's just raised detail. But I've never seen a modern version of this kit. So this may be the only thing if you wanted to build the Stiletto, and this is it. This is your only option.
Lindberg made one.
Oh, did they really?
It wasn't any more detailed than that.
And probably Lindbergh's probably didn't fit together.
No.
Because the fit on this is pretty good. I mean, I hate to break the nose. I hate to break the nose to you, Steve. Somebody started this kit. See that? They started with this, and then they gave up. It's okay, though. You can break that. You can get that apart. But the fit is nice. The fit seems very nice. I'd build this kit again. I would certainly build this kit again. Let's look at the instruction sheet. I remember all this stuff again. Here's the Modelers Club. I don't think my mom let me. Maybe I can't remember if she let me join or not. And then you had the science program. Look at that. Look at that. I built this kit a few times. The Lunar Lander, which was designed and built in Stuart, Florida at Grumman Aerospace in Stuart, Florida, my hometown. How about that? Very complicated instruction sheet. Illustrated very, very nicely. So no problems with the instruction sheet. Very nicely illustrated. I love these experimental planes from back in the day. Very nice.
They show the crash of one in the opening credits of $6 Million Man.
$6 Million Man, that's right. That was the kind of the flying wing. That was the X can't remember the X. Which one was it? It was the big flying. It was kind of a
Yes.
chunky flying wing. Did you ever have the $6 Million Man doll?
I never
It could
did.
look through his head and
Really?
look through. Yeah, it had a.
And did it go?
Yeah, I don't know that it made the noise, but it had. It was so cool though because it had you could look through his head and you could look through his eye and it had like a magnifier through his eye. The $6 Million Man. What a great show
That was a great show.
And then we had the six. Then it was what was the woman? She was cheaper than.
Yeah.
What was the name of that?
No,
Oh, Bionic Woman.
Bionic Woman.
They didn't assign a price to her.
No.
Well, that's the Stiletto. What a great memory this is, and it looks like it'd be an okay model today. If fit is good, you'd want to add. I think you'd want to. It's got raised panel lines. These planes definitely did not have raised rivets or anything because it was all about being the body smooth. So you'd want to engrave your own panel lines on this. But this would be a fun model. This would be a nice looking model when it was finished. Okay, now we never do any armor on here. We haven't done any armor because we haven't had any in. And finally, I came in and lo and behold, we had a piece of armor. And this is exciting because it's not just normal armor. It was another model that I remember when I was a youngster. I never got to build it. It was way too complicated for me when I was, growing up, and I never had the opportunity to purchase it. But this is really cool. The Leopold by Hasegawa. This is the German railgun, and there's a few companies out there that make railgun kits, and I can tell you one of the most impressive ones, if you're looking for a modern day version of this model, a trumpeter.
I've seen that.
Makes and it's 1/35 scale, and it's like this big. The thing is huge, and the model I think is like $300 or something, but it's spectacular. It's unbelievable. Now their instructions may be a different story, but because trumpers sometimes they have issues with their instructions, especially on very difficult kits. So, but I've seen people who have built it, and it does look amazing. So this is the 1/72nd scale version, and it's still a big kit for 1/72nd scale. So you can imagine at 1/35 scale that this thing would be big. And this is Hasegawa. And again, if you people don't know out there, you people don't know, Hasegawa is the oldest model company in the world. Oh, no, it's not. To me, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. 1932, Hasegawa got into the business, and Tamiya came in. I think right after the war. No. Tamiya came in 1939. Hasegawa was the first. Little history for you. Go look it up if you don't believe me. So anyway, so beautiful looking. This is a great subject matter, and we're going to see how this holds up. What year do you think this is from? We're going to see. This is 88. No. You're wrong. You're wrong, Steve. I'm going to say this is 1970. Here's your big. Here's the body of the rail gun. I'm only showing this because it fell out of the box. Wow, this looks pretty cool. Made in Japan, no year on it. Oh, here I got it.
That was a good album. Deep Purple.
What was that?
Deep Purple, made in Japan.
That's right. And I did. I've done artwork for the bass player for Deep Purple, Glenn Hughes. I've done artwork for Glenn Hughes. I've designed T-shirts for him. Wow, look at this. I love that it comes with the rails. Be nice to get this all nice and weathered and everything. The molding on this looks really, really good. Even the wood grain on the stops, I believe that's what they would go on the end of the car.
Looking at the gauge of the rail.
What do you think that's HO scale?
You might be able to. You might even have to finagle the wheels and axles a little bit but you could put it on HO scale.
I wonder if you could make this motor. Well, but you could probably put regular railroad wheels on it and actually tow it around your train set Christmas morning.
And they aim it.
Now they give you two of them. Oh, because it's long. Christmas morning, you could have this going around the Christmas tree.
Beautiful. I like it.
Beautiful. Same thing. We're just duplicating the same sprue. Detail's really nice. Look at all the leaf springs and everything. Looks good. This is a gorgeous kit.
Even flanges on the wheels.
Yeah.
So you could roll it.
Let me see what we got here. Thank goodness we're in a hermetically sealed room. That way we guarantee that it retains the smell of the year that we're, the year of the plastic.
Sure.
And
I believe there are companies that can make like a Febreze type spray that's
to bring the smell back. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yep. Wow, look at the detail on this. This is beautifully. Look at the super fine. I spit on it. Look at the super fine detail of the texture on the sides, in the texture of the steel in here. This is beautiful. This is done before computers. So how they did this stuff, to be honest with you, I don't know. But I'm not going to bring this out of this, but here's your railings. Decals are yellowed, but they still look like they might be okay. They're screen printed. This is a cool kit. This has got my juices flowing, Steve. Look at that.
And high grade, no flash.
No flash at all. I mean, Hasegawa was one of the kings. They still are a king, a titan in the industry. Titan, I think, is a good word.
Titan is a good word. They have reached the zenith.
Zuke is at the zenith, I would say. Okay, let's look at the instructions.
Is there a date?
I'm going to tell you here in a minute if I can find it. This is definitely not the 80s. Here's your instruction. This is from Japan, so this is all in Japanese. Look at that. All Japanese. So maybe this wasn't even released in the United States. I would think this was not released in the United States. But still easy, crystal clear to follow instructions. So I don't see any issues. I mean, the instructions look great. These instructions actually look better than the modern day Hasegawa instructions, to be honest with you. Beautifully illustrated. And with the photographs, which is always great.
The extra information in the margins.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And now these days with the iPhone, you can send this through translator and translate it. Right from your phone. You just put it, seriously, if you go to translator, you put this over it and it will translate it for you. And here's your different painting guides. And here's some different sets. Looks like the same railgun. I don't see a year anywhere on here. No year. Oh, here it is. The year of the crab.
Ah, that's 1987.
The year. Yeah. Beautiful kit. I like this. This is a good one. And look, every time I open one of these, if you see something that you like, just call Harry or call Steve and say, "Hey, I saw the Pope unbox the rail gun. Is there something you can do for me?" Yeah, exactly. That's right. I'll even sign it for you. Really cool model. Very cool. This is a good one. Now, we got a couple more models. I told you I was going to make up time. Now, this one I cannot crack. Don't get disappointed. This is Revell at Italy. I don't ever remember seeing this relationship, but I guess it was in the 70s. And this is such a cool model. And I remember when this one, again, when I was a youngster, and it was way too expensive. My parents were going to buy me this thing. But this is the Messerschmitt, the Me 323, the giant glider. I mean, it wasn't a glider, it was a troop transport, and it could transport tanks and everything. This is incredible. I wonder, did this thing ever fly, do you think?
Yeah.
In real life, it did? I guess maybe it did. I don't know. That's all in German. But anyway, so this is a very, very cool model and a very rare model. You don't see this very often. And when I saw this, and I've got an unboxing here, and Steve said, hold on a moment. This is up on eBay and you can't crack the seals, so don't even think about it. So I said, okay, we'll just look at it in the bag. So knowing that it was Italy, knowing that this is an Italy kit, you know the molding is going to be pretty good on this thing. It's not going to be your typical vintage Revell. And the molding on this looks really spectacular. And this is a beautiful model, and it's a big scale. Is this 1/72nd scale?
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine this in 1/32nd scale. But your engines are all. I mean, this looks like just a beautiful, beautiful model. You got two different colors of plastic in there. I don't know why. The engines, not super detailed. It'd be cool to put like a 1/32nd scale Panzer or something inside that. Let's see what year this was. This should tell us what year this is. Again, now these are Italy instructions. These are not Revell instructions. These are Italy instructions. I can just tell by looking at it.
The schematic's always nice.
Yeah, very, very, very nice. Very nice. You know what I saw? I was building this Zuke Mura. What year do we got? Do we have a year anywhere? I don't see. Should be here, but it doesn't say. We're striking out today. I mean, it's got to be this, 70s. One thing I was going to say is I'm in the middle of building this Zuke Mura model, and I came across in their instructions, which was really the coolest thing ever. At the top of their instructions, and I'm only bringing this up because I was just thinking about these instructions. At the top of the instructions here, so when say you're building a Tamiya kit, and you don't have all the paints memorized. I do. I built so many of them. I know exactly what all the X numbers are, XF numbers and everything. But if you don't know, and you're building a Tamiya kit, and it may say XF1, and you're like, I don't know what the hell XF1 is. So then you have to go back to the beginning of the instructions to find out on the list what XF1 is. Well, we all know this. All of you know that XF1 is flat black, right, Steve? Everybody knows that. But if you don't know, you'd have to go back to the beginning of the instructions to find out what XF1 is. On Zuke Miras, not only do they list the color at the beginning of the instructions, at the top of each page, they tell you exactly what paints you need in that section at the top. So you're not having to go search through the instruction booklet to look for the color reference. It's right here at the top. I thought that was one of the coolest and most simple things to do in instructions. And if any model companies are listening out there, it's a really, really good thing to do. So anyway, so this is the Messerschmitt Giant, the H3 Me 323. Again, beautiful model. And if you want this model, please come down to Harry's. Give Harry a call. This is a great one. These are also going to be listed on eBay. Is that right?
That's right.
And what is the handle for Harry's on eBay?
Mummy Mia.
Mummy Mia. Can you spell that for us? Because that's the craziest name ever.
M-U-M-M-Y. M-U-M-M-Y-M-I-A.
Okay.
Mummy Mia.
Gotcha. Mummy Mia. So go to Mummy Mia if you see any of these. They're on eBay and you can get them. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a treat. This has nothing to do with aircraft. This has nothing to do with the military. This has to do with human life, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Lindberg. Little did you know that Lindberg was the inventor of the artificial heart.
That's right.
Yes. If you know anything about Lindberg kits, you know that they are the last people on Earth that should be making an artificial heart. And it did not do so well, so they turned it into a model kit. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the human heart by Lindberg. Please, 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 I'm stressing, even if you have having a medical emergency, do not put this heart in anyone's chest. Okay? This is, they tried, Lindberg tried, and they failed.
The plastic was too hard.
And the fit issues were, it was leaking all over the place, and it was just, so don't try to put this in your loved one. But Lindberg has come out of the box literally with the human heart, and look at this is going to be spectacular, Steve. I can just imagine. This is, look at this. Look at the detail. Fantastic. Now, I'm no heart surgeon, so I can't really tell you what the different components are, but we got a little flash on here that might or is that cholesterol
Cholesterol
buildup?
Yeah.
Let's see, now we're going to get into the heart of the action. Look at this. Can you imagine though building this and using like really making this thing look real and putting, a clear coat on part so it's glistening and it looks like it just came out of the. I would honestly love to do this. I think it would be a lot of fun. Is that the aorta? It looks like the aorta. And here you go. So any of you heart surgeons out there who've been looking for a beautiful heart model, here it is. Today is your lucky day. I don't know how accurate. Lindberg isn't known for their accuracy. What is this? Oh, this is it's got your guide for all the different components, which is kind of cool.
Oh, all the
yeah, so you put the little sticker near where aorta and the whatever valve and the pretty neat.
Pretty cool.
Let's look at the instructions on this. This was in their foray into human science. The Human Heart by Lindberg. Look at this. Not bad instructions. And to be honest with you, I'm being a little hard on Lindberg. The molding on this doesn't look too bad. And, if I were a school teacher teaching biology, you know what I mean? This would be a cool kit for the classroom to do. And I think this would be a lot of fun,
Eyeballs.
Did they make eyeballs?
Oh yeah, they had the human eye, they had the brain,
really?
The heart, the skull, lungs, a tooth.
A tooth?
They even made a visible.
Oh, this is it in a different language here. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Harry is behind us. There he is, the famous Harry.
I thought it was. I could smell incense here.
Yeah, we were back here. Yeah. Can we help you with something, Harry?
Nah, I'm beyond help. In the hobby business, beyond help.
Yeah. This is the human heart, Harry.
Yeah, I always have a heart.
Yeah. What do you think of this?
That is cool.
I advise people not to build it and put it in a loved one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Very
good.
Thank you, Harry. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that's Harry from Harry's Hobbies making a cameo, his first cameo. That's okay. Anytime, Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, that's The Human Heart by Lindberg. Once again, if this has been on your wish list, and I know it has been for a lot of people out there, you know where to get it.
Lindberg had some great stuff. They really had their finger on the pulse of
Did they? I want to get the eyeball would be fun to do. The lungs would be fantastic because I do them like a smoker's lung and all gray and phlegm built up inside. That would be a lot of fun to do the smoker's lung.
What? And have the sound effects of
the hacking. Yeah, wouldn't that be terrific? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and today was a wonderful day. We did 3 beautiful kits. The Leopold, which
4 beautiful.
4 beautiful kits. Yeah, what did I? Oh, we did the beautiful. This was one I built as a kid. It was my second model I ever did. This is the Stiletto, and a beautiful kit, and we need a little work to bring it up to spec, but not bad. It's all there. The Leopold was a standout, beautifully molded, gorgeous kit, and this is great subject matter. This is a great kit, and I would put that one on your list. Again, this one too, beautifully molded, because it's, and look, I'm not trying to put down Revell, but Italy is terrific with especially since the Revell did such a nice thing for me. They're going to be on my good list for a while, so I'm going to refrain from saying anything bad about Revell for a while.
Revell artwork on their boxes.
Oh, well, next level. And they hired Shepard Payne, the greatest diorama builder ever. So you got to hand it to Revell Monogram for that, because Shep Payne was ridiculous. That B-17 diorama to this day, if you haven't seen it, folks, look it up online. One of the greatest dioramas ever of the wrecked B-17. If that didn't make you want to buy that model kit, nothing would. Incredible.
And you can still buy modeling books written by him.
Well, he was the master. Anyway, great kit by Italy and Revell. Instructions are great. Molding is fantastic. This is a great one. And ladies and gentlemen, finishing up with the heartbeat of the modeling industry, Lindberg. That's what they're known for. That's what they're called. Behind closed doors, they're called the heartbeat of the modeling industry. I mean, they're the best.
Well, last time I was at my cardiologist.
Did he bring this kit up?
Oh, there was a model of a heart on the shelf, and I said, "Is that a Lindberg model?" And he said, "You gotcha."
Well, see? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in again. I'm sorry I took a couple weeks off, but I'm back, and we're going to be doing a bunch more of these things every single week. Please make sure to go by my website, thepopoplastic.com, where I just put up there, you can, if you're interested, if you're beginning and you want to learn how to model build, you can purchase an hour model building session with me. And look, I'm not an attorney where if we go over the hour, I'm going to, start adding up, pennies onto the bill. I say an hour on there, but I don't care if I spend an hour and a half with you or whatever. But you can go in there and you can purchase an hour with me. And I've done it with a lot of people, and they really enjoy it. They seem to learn a lot. And we also, we have a nice discussion and get to know each other a little bit. But it's, I can give you some good, solid, fundamental tips on model building. You can purchase that on my website, thepopoplastic.com. Please like and subscribe. Please share this video with all your friends and family, both living and deceased. We want everybody, just spread the word. And what else? Please come to Harry's here in Norton, Massachusetts. These small modeling shops, we got to keep them going. And that's a big reason why I do these things, is because I want to keep the mom and pop hobby shop, like we remember when we were kids, going. They're so important. Please check me out building live on TikTok at the Popoplastic. I'm building the F4 Phantom for Zuke Mura. It's coming out beautiful. And we will see you back here next Friday. But let me say this: as you wander through life without a care, step on the lines and not on the squares. As you travel through life, make this your goal: Keep your eye on the donut and not upon that hole. Thank you very much, and God bless you.